Hello,
Hello.
and welcome back to McNulty's on Movies, Oscar/McNulty's 2015 preview.
Yes.
So today we're talking about The Revenant, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and in what is apparently
Tom Hardy.
Tom
Can it
Hardy.
star Tom Hardy too?
Yeah, it definitely does star Tom Hardy too.
Because that guy's freaking a beast.
He's pretty great. You didn't know it was him.
No! We'd seen, Mad Max not long ago.
I thought it was incredibly obvious.
No!
Yeah, it was like the Tom
Maybe-
Hardiest Tom Hardy.
Do you think that character is like more like Tom Hardy? Like the human?
Then Mad Max?
That's a dumb question.
No, I do not think
Hopefully
Tom
he's
Hardy
not like the Mad
is
Max
like
character.
completely
We're not
insane.
talking about that, though. So.
Yeah, that's true. We'll save that for the McNultys. So, The Revenant, what did you think? We'll start with you.
Ouch. That is what I thought.
Yeah,
The whole entire time.
Yeah.
So,
that's a movie that makes you feel pain.
yes. And I'm okay with, we watched Walking Dead and some...
Even The Hateful Eight, very violent movie.
Yeah, stuff with
Doesn't
a lot
make
of
you feel
gore.
like The Revenant.
No. The way that they, record the sound of, all the hits and the breaks and the bleeding and the stabbing and
Yeah.
general pain-inducing things... I had to look away. I had to plug my ears at times. I was like, I can't. Can't handle it.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the cinematography of the movie?
That's what the movie was.
Yeah.
It was cinematography and it was Leo's face.
Yeah.
The cinematography was really great.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful area. Did we figure out where they filmed it? If you know, comment on it.
Yeah.
I guess we could just Google it, but it's more fun if you comment because then we don't have to.
Oh, and this one, we're going to be kind of spoilery. There's not a whole lot to spoil.
Oh.
It's like a historical event, but there's not much to talk about.
Yeah,
other
but it's
than
not
that.
like something that you crack open a history book in school and you learn. So, yeah, see the movie before you watch this, or just watch it. And
So,
don't see the
first of
movie.
all, thumbs up. You should see the movie.
I think you should.
You should see the movie. Go see it. The rest of this will make more sense if you have.
Unless you're my mom and dad, then maybe you don't.
We'll
They
hand
don't
out
like
personal
painful
advice
movies, but we could go down my list of people.
So I feel like I like the movie, but I'm not as high on it as the general consensus opinion that I hear. Yes, general consensus. And I'm not as high as I think you are on it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I felt like each scene I was watching, I was like, this is really well done, but I didn't connect with it the way that I felt like it didn't become more than the sum of its parts to me. I was like, wow, this is a really beautiful shot. This is really well done scene. That's a real painful hit. And Leo's acting is really good and Tom Hardy's character is well written. And yet it didn't come together to be more than me. In fact, I think in terms of themes and communicating them, I feel like the movie The Grey with Liam Neeson actually did it better. And I didn't even like The Grey that much when I first saw it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
I have not seen
Although,
The Grey, but...
The Grey has improved with time in my memory. But this isn't about The Grey. So anyhow, The Revenant did not become more than it didn't become a cohesive whole to me ever quite the same way that some of the other movies that we're going to be talking about did. And yet, each part of it is so good that it's
Very
still
good.
absolutely worth seeing.
Yeah, I think it's worth the nomination for sure.
But what about you? Did you feel like it
So
came together?
when we first saw the previews for The Revenant, I was like, I'm not seeing this.
Uh-huh.
I thought
You didn't realize it was a
y'all are gonna
historical
laugh
event,
at. No, I didn't. I thought it was like he died and he came back to life.
literally speaking.
Yes, I thought it was like a
Instead of
weirdly.
figuratively.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to see this. And it looks like very guy movie. And sometimes I like those, but I was like, he can go see it. But then I was talking to my cousin, and he was telling me about the book that he had read and how he was excited to see the movie and how it was real. And I got really interested in it once I knew the storyline. So I knew the storyline going in.
Yeah.
And I guess you were familiar with the storyline because you knew about the event. But I don't think my expectations were as high as Colin's were
Yeah, maybe so.
altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a little bit disappointed, I think.
Mm.
I think there was a disconnect as well. I don't know what it was. I felt like maybe it was just like the constant pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really feel that connected to like Leonardo, whatever his name was.
Now that I'm thinking about it, what am I? So
Hugh Glass. I don't even remember that was his name.
Yeah, that is his name. But so they differ from the historical event. In particular, Leonardo DiCaprio or Hugh Glass in real life, by all accounts, did not have a Native American wife or son. And in the movie, that's like a lot of his primary motivation, and maybe that's why it didn't come together, because that part didn't stick with me quite the same way. His motivation seemed a little bit too like straightforward, and not too terribly interesting either. So you're watching a really well done struggle for survival, but I didn't feel like the movie had a lot to say about struggles for survival, or even the motivations of Tom Hardy's character Fitzgerald, beyond what was immediately evident.
Yeah, maybe that's similar to what it is for me too. But I feel like almost just where I felt with some of these other movies we're talking about, the length, they were long, but I was still interested.
Yeah.
But this one, I was still interested. I wanted to see what they would do in the movie, what would happen. But this one really felt long to me. It felt long, and I was ready for it to end, and I was ready to stop being stressed out and seeing pain. And it just didn't. It's not something I really want to see again.
And I also didn't necessarily think, while it was a good end to the movie, the end did not give me a lot of sense of like catharsis, or like, oh, that is a great end for this character or these characters emotionally.
I don't think that it was meant to. I think that was done on purpose. I think I really don't know if this is correct, but I heard that in real life he did not actually murder.
Yeah. Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there was another guy in the real story. I don't know. I don't know. But he like beat them up really, really bad. But he didn't actually kill them. And I liked that, and I liked that he didn't kill him in the movie.
Yeah.
But it also is like, well, I just almost killed somebody, and his life sucks, and my life still sucks, and like, I don't know. I don't think it was supposed to be a good ending.
But there just wasn't a lot of character change, and it didn't seem to have a lot to say about the lack of character change either. It wasn't like the end of American Psycho or something, where he hasn't changed, and that's sort of the point, where you have to reflect on that.
It was just like,
I guess that's it.
I guess they didn't change.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I think was really well done was the portrayal of Native Americans in the film. Was, I think, really, it felt real. I don't know to what degree that all the historical details are correct, but the portrayal of them as being not like noble savage stereotypes, but also not like this generic enemy of the white man, but just as a group of people who were, legitimately dangerous to the characters in the film, but also, spanned a wide variety of personalities and motivations and such. I thought that was very well done and deserves some special recognition.
Yeah, definitely.
That was all my thoughts. Did you have anything else?
I think those are my thoughts on The Revenant.
Okay.
So maybe see it.
Yeah.
But.
Well, we told them to see it, so presumably they've already seen it.
But don't.
I don't think it's going to win anything.
I'm sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
Although, if he wins anything, his acting is really good.
He did.
But I don't think the film's going to win anything.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you guys for watching. We will be back shortly with another movie to talk about.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.